You're a little bit dirty, but that's okay, because we're officially done work for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. We're going home. We got the trailer unloaded this morning. We ended off yesterday's vlog with that. We were right here. And now I'm just stopped at a rest area. It's called the Frazee Rest Area. And we were talking about the new Minnesota state flag. They got a new flag, I guess, eh? Nobody told me. Personally, I like the old one better. What do you guys think who actually live here? What do you guys think? You guys like it? Manitoba, my home province in Canada, needs a new flag as well. I just don't trust the current government to make us a new flag. I don't trust the previous government before that to make one either. I mean, they would probably make it all, I don't know. Can flags be all woke and everything? Can I say that word? That's what they would do with our flag if we... Right now, our flag is almost identical to the Ontario flag. It has a British Union Jack in the top left corner, and it has the crest of Manitoba on a red background. And that sort of matched our original Canadian flag. The original Canadian flag was called the Red Ensign. It had a red background with the British Union Jack in the top left corner, and then the crest of Canada, which included all the founding peoples of Canada in it. It was the original Canadian flag. It had the symbols for the English, the French, the Scottish, and the Irish, and then the three maple leaves below it, signifying, you know, four nations into one. They were four peoples into one. They're the founding stock of Canada. And in the 60s or something, they decided to change it to the maple leaf, and that's the flag we all know and love now, which is, it's all right. I don't mind the flag we have now. I think it's very distinct and identifiable. Especially when you're abroad, whether it be the Olympics or NATO exercises or military excursions around the world, whatever happens, when you see a Canadian flag in the distance, it's very distinct. Not very many flags that are similar to it. You don't get it confused with other states. Even the US flag, from a distance, it could get confused with the flag of Liberia, with the flag of Malaysia, right? Let me check that again. I know Liberia has a very similar flag. Flag of Liberia. Yeah, see, it's almost like the Texas flag, right? Like, that's the flag of Liberia. Flag of Malaysia. And that's the flag of Malaysia, right? Flag of the USA. Everybody knows the flag of the, obviously, America! But when you see the flag of Canada, that is distinct and identifiable. I like that. So right now, the flag of Manitoba. That's our flag in Manitoba. I know the reflection isn't the greatest here right now, but... And look how close it is to the flag of Ontario. The flag of Ontario. You see? So similar. And this was the original flag of Canada. The Red Ensign. Need a picture of it here. There we go. There we go. There. See? That was the original flag of Canada. No, that's the flag of Manitoba. What? What happened? Red Ensign. Images. There it is. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong. See, they're so similar. That's the original flag of Canada. So, since all our flags are so similar, I think Manitoba needs a nice distinct flag, because our neighbors in the west, they all have distinct flags. Like look at this. Look, the flag of Saskatchewan. They're our neighbors. Like, look at that. That's distinct and unique, right? The flag of Alberta. distinct, unique. And flag of British Columbia. Right? So, why is the flag of Manitoba so similar to the flag of Ontario? I don't know. But I don't know if I trust them to make a new one. Because, I don't know. Trying to create a new flag to represent our identity as Manitobans in 2025. What would that look like? What could we put on a flag that would include everybody and everything and really define us as a people? And not just, you know, focus on one specific group or anything, right? I think we could do something like our license plates, maybe. I really like the license plates of Manitoba. Like, Manitoba license plate. Let me show you this. Like, this is an example of a Manitoba. You've seen it on the back of my trailer, right? So it says Friendly Manitoba on it, and the green going up the sides, that represents our forests up north. Then you have the plains on the bottom, the wheat growing on the bottom. That represents our southern sections of the province, where I'm from. That's the prairies, where we grow our crops. And up north we have our forests. And you'll see that there's a river coming from the plains into the lake between the trees. And that symbolizes the Red River running up into the Great Lakes, or not the Great Lakes, the lakes, the Great Lakes of Manitoba, but Lake Winnipeg and Lake Manitoba, and up north into the Hudson's Bay. So it's sort of like, it's a picture of Manitoba from the plains and prairies, follow the river up to the lakes and the forests, right? It'd be cool if they could make a flag, something like that. That would be cool, just with a different green. I don't like the green they use on our license plates. I think those trees would be better represented with a little bit of a darker shade of green, because I've never seen trees that color before. I don't know about you, but I think trees should be a little darker green. I think it would look nicer, but that's the color they went with on the license plates. So yeah, that's how that works. But anyways, this is all stemmed from Minnesota. You got a new state flag. Cool. Did you guys get to vote on it, or did they just do it? Because if you change a symbol of the people, like Minnesota's got a lot of people living here, right? And I was just talking the other week how awesome the people here are. The people born and raised here in Minnesota, wonderful people. Did they ask you if you wanted to change the flag, or did they just do it? Because if they just did it, I don't like that. But if they had like a referendum and maybe sent it out to the people and said, hey, what do you guys think about this? Should we do it? And if you say yes, all right, did they submit like a couple of different designs for you guys to pick and choose from? Because that's what they did with us in Manitoba. We got new health cards. That's how our health system works. We got a provincial health card, which identifies me at hospitals and stuff if I need to go get care. And they were always paper, believe it or not. And we finally got plastic ones, and you could pick from 3 different designs. And they actually did a referendum. They asked the people of Manitoba, hey, which design do you like the best? You can pick which one you like the best, and we'll listen to you. So we actually got to choose the designs on our government-issued health cards, which I thought was pretty cool. Not a lot of governments do that. So maybe the government we have now would be good at creating a new flag. I just think something as important as a state or provincial flag, a flag that's going to identify me, that's going to, I want it to contain my identity as well. And I realize and acknowledge I'm not the only identity person like me living in Manitoba. I get it. It's very diverse. Lots of different people here. But I would want a flag that represents our history, our founding people, and everything that represents Manitoba. So I would really like a say in that. So when they changed your state flag, I want to know, did they ask you, or did they just do it? Did they just show up one day on TV and be like, hey everybody, we changed your sacred symbol. Here it is. This is your new symbol. This is what represents you now. I hope that's not what they did, but anyways, you know what to do. Go down in the comments section. If you're from Minnesota, let me know what your thoughts are on the new flag. I'd like to know. And if you're wondering, if you haven't seen this change yet, because you're not in Minnesota, if you're wondering what the new state flag looks like, here it is. Oh, sorry, no, this is the, sorry, wrong flag. That's the flag of Somalia. Flag of Minnesota. There it is. That's the old flag, right? That's the new flag. Sort of similar to the last one, right? I'm reading the overview of the meaning of the flag, and it's important. What does it mean? So here, you can pause and read if you want to, or you can listen to me read. Adopted in 2024. Oh, so this was last year already, and I only noticed it now. End of 2025. Oops. Okay, but the Minnesota state flag features a dark blue background with a white 8-pointed star on the left side. The star's single point, facing north, represents the state's motto, L'Étoile du Nord. I didn't know you guys were French in Minnesota, which translates to the Star of the North. The dark blue background is stylized to resemble the outline of Minnesota, while the remaining bright blue area symbolizes the state's abundant water. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm just used to seeing this flag, right? Kind of does look similar to that Somali flag, though, right? Flag of Somalia. Right? Well, not really. Just the blue, I guess, and the star. I might have my answer here. Google has all the answers. It says, why does Minnesota have a French motto? What does it say? French motto. Oh, wait, no. Here. Oh, it's a video. I don't want a video. I want... What is the famous phrase in Minnesota? You betcha. Oh, don't you know? I thought that must be a close second. Don't you know? You betcha. One second here. Why does Minnesota have a French motto? Let's see what's it going to say. Minnesota has a French motto, L'Étoile du Nord, the Star of the North, because of its deep connection to French explorers and fur traders who were crucial in the region's early history, with Governor Henry Sibley adopting it in 1861 to honor this legacy and signify Minnesota's prominent northern position in the growing nation. It's a tribute to French-Canadian voyageurs, early settlers, and the navigational importance of the North Star for explorers, with some sources even linking it to the popularity of a French opera at the time. Wow. So yeah, the voyageurs were French-Canadian voyageurs and early settlers, including Métis communities. They used French extensively in the region, establishing a strong linguistic presence. Ha! Canadians put their mark on Minnesota. Ah, cool. Well, French Canadians. There are a lot of French Canadians, Métis, in southern Manitoba around us where we live as well. We have French on all of our signs. They have French community. They have French schools. My nephews actually speak French, and they learned it in school. And I'm debating whether or not I'd like to teach my kids French as well, because in order to be in federal government, you have to be able to speak French. So if you really want to change the nation one day and be the prime minister and fix things and bring things back to how they used to be and make big moves, you have to be able to speak French in Canada to do that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll set them up for that. Or to have a lot of government jobs, you have to be able to speak French in Canada. I can't do a lot of government jobs because I don't speak French. No speaky le français. Je ne parle pas français. I know, je m'appelle Josh. Ça va bien. Et tu? C'est bien. C'est très bon. I can read French better than I can speak it. My tongue doesn't move right to speak French. I can read it, but I learned it in school as well. French is a national language of Canada. It's just not the dominant one. English is by far the dominant language in Canada, because even the French communities in southern Manitoba, they all speak English. If they speak French, they only speak French at home, mostly, and maybe in like their small communities. But if you go in there and you start speaking English, they speak English just like me. It's more of like a personal choice for them to speak it at home and in their schools, if they choose to. But yeah, a lot of French around our area. And the Métis, if you're wondering, they are a mixture. They were in Manitoba. They came from Quebec, as far as I understand. They are mixed race between Indigenous and the French explorers and the French settlers, specifically from Quebec. And then they moved from there, they moved into southern Manitoba, and they're mixed, half European, half Indigenous. And they made themselves into a distinct identity group in Manitoba. And they were some of the earliest people to settle into Manitoba before our families even got there. They were there and settling little towns and stuff. They're the French Canadians. They're French. Like we said, when we arrived on the river, they had settlements along the rivers already, in little farms along the rivers, and a lot of history there. A lot of history. And then we settled inland where they didn't want to go. It was all swampland where we went. We had to drain the swamps and create good farmland in the Steinbach, Hanover area, and we built it up from nothing. It was unusable land at the time, and now it's some of the most prosperous farmland in Manitoba. But yeah, Manitoba's got a rich history of all kinds of stuff like that. So it'd be cool if we could have a new flag too. But I want to be able to vote on it. I want to say, I think we should have a say.
Detroit Lakes, Minnesota.
In 200 meters, keep to the right on US 59 and then slight right in 100 meters. Slight left on US 59.
Ready to be legendary? We don't got a choice. North Dakota demands it.
Crossing border, entering North Dakota.
Be legendary. You better be. Otherwise North Dakota doesn't want you. That's what their sign says. At least the train isn't blocking us this time. The last time I was here, there was like a 45-minute wait. There was a train stopped on the tracks up ahead. Okay, bud, where are you turning? You've had your signal on past like 4 driveways. Here we are again. Thirsty. Time to fuel her up so that I'm ready to go after Christmas. Got just over 1/4 tanks left. And this is the cheapest fuel around. Right now, anyway, for us. And that's a wrap for this
Yeah, well, I was going to say this is a wrap for this year. Now, we'll have a little bit more to do before the end of the year after Christmas yet, but that's a wrap for everything before Christmas. So I know you're watching this probably after New Year's already, so I'm going to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you out there. I hope you have a very prosperous and exciting new year. I hope that you set some good goals for yourself and that you reach them and more. 2026 is just around the corner. We're going to be entering a new season here on Trucker Josh Vlogs on the internet. We've been doing this for quite a while now as well. You can go back to my playlists if you want to and go right back to the beginning. I've recently been rearranging because I have all of my videos stored on a hard drive, right? Obviously, like off the internet as well. And I've been sort of reorganizing them and retitling them so that they're in better sequence in my storage so that I can find them easier, right? And I'll probably be releasing some old videos soon because I'm going through like some of the ones at the very beginning right now, like of me when I was just starting my first couple of years of vlogging, and oh my was I annoying. It's so painful to watch these old videos. Maybe I'll share something with you for your enjoyment at my expense, but oh, is it embarrassing to see myself back then, like over the top. This persona, this Trucker Josh persona that I had at the beginning was just so over the top and way too, like, what would you say? Too much energy, too much, just over the top. And I'm listening to myself and I'm just saying to myself, Josh, shut up. You're so annoying. And this was me like, what, 12, 15 years ago when I first started. I thought that I had to be this huge, like, over-the-top character for my videos for you guys to watch me. I didn't think you guys would like just listening to boring old Josh talk. Yeah, I thought I had to be this exciting, like, high-energy guy yelling at the camera all the time. Everything is just overdone. I'm watching these old videos. I'm just, face in my hand, right? But, yeah, there's what, over 3,500 videos. There's almost 4,000 videos that I have online already that I've made since I was younger. And I've changed and evolved and grown and matured since then. Gotten married. I've become a dad twice. I've owned several homes. Owned a few trucks. Paid off a few trucks. Driven a bunch of company trucks. Achieved my million safe mile award. Working on my 2 million now. I wonder how close I am. I should do that. I should ask that. Probably getting pretty close to. I've got to be at least 1.5 million by now. Maybe higher. But I'm going for my 2 million now. A lot has happened since then. And some of you have been around since the very beginning. And you can see this evolution of my demeanor and my persona here online. This is just me. At the beginning, I thought that I had to be someone exciting for you to watch me. And I realized and I learned over time as I grew that, you know, the best way to make content online is to be genuine and be yourself. And I'm not really that chatty of a guy in real life. I'll talk to the camera here. But in real life, sometimes I can be a little bit more quiet too. And you know what? I've found that I've had more success on my channel when I stop trying to impress all of you, when I just be true to myself and just like, here I am, take me as I am, like, this is my life, this is what I do, this is what I love to do, and I want to share it with you. If you want to watch, I would love that. If not, there's millions of channels on YouTube that would probably better suit you then, that you can watch them. There's a lot of truck driving channels online now already. When I started, it was just me and a couple of guys. There was like maybe a dozen of us, maybe, that were making trucking videos. I was the first one to start daily vlogging. The first one on YouTube to start making daily videos of my life on the road. And continue it on day by day by day. And, you know, it's what, 14, 15 years later or something? 14 years later? No, we're going on 15 years later. Wow. Now, there's many, many guys out there in all kinds of different languages making trucking videos every day of their lives. And I'm kind of proud to have pioneered this little section of YouTube. A lot of them got a lot bigger than me. Good for them. That's awesome. Everybody has their own twist and their own style and their own way of doing things. Like a good example is Trucking with Schmidt. I love that guy's channel. That guy is a good guy. Love watching him. I don't know exactly when he started making videos. He's been doing it for a while already, though, too. He makes really good content. I love watching it. But we all have our own style, right? And I've sort of fallen into my groove, my style, and I'm happy. I'm happy just doing what I do. Not the fastest growing channel out there, but we're growing. Right? Little bit by little bit. I just want to be real. I don't want to fake anything. I don't want to act. So, as we reflect on 2025, we're going to move into 2026 and continue doing what we're doing, making content for you, being true to ourselves, making it real, so that you can see what I do on a day-to-day basis, and so that also I can look back on how I've grown over the years, and that my kids can look back on how their dad has grown over the years. Give them some perspective. You know, Dad wasn't always like this. Dad was once a young guy too. I've gained some wisdom over the years. I don't know everything, but I've gained some wisdom, and there was a time in my life where I lacked wisdom and I lacked knowledge. And I didn't know that. Anyways, guys, once again, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you. All the best to you in 2026. I'll see you in my next video. There might be a little gap here as I paused for the holidays, for Christmas and New Year's. We may have a few gaps, but we'll start again in 2026 here, going strong. Daily content, keeping it real. I'll see you later.